even though I'm not in the greatest of moods recently. I thought I'd do something a little unique, because I haven't really done any showcases of this game all that much. This is Medieval Dynasty, and I thought I'd do a little brief overview of everything, because, well, I had the time, and I need something to get my mind off things. And I thought, why not? If I'm doing it, I might as well be streaming it, yeah? Yeah, I know I'm not in the greatest of moods, but I'm not gonna go over the details on it. Man, I can't believe I got that in one shot. Usually it takes two to take down a moose. Yeah. So, right now, I forget what we were going. Oh, we were hunting down boar for our mission there in the corner. We have our massive collection of places here. Anything that's got a building marker or a little person icon on it belongs to myself and GameScare45, who is not presently with us. He is usually playing this game with us, but today he is absent doing his own thing. And if he's watching, I hope he's having a pleasant day wherever he is, just like I hope you, wherever you're watching from, are also having a good day. It's been a couple of rough days lately for me, so I'm just taking it one day at a time. Car troubles, beloved pets passing, and so on. Well, it's about time that I kicked up. Well, apparently we've got to do a different mission now. Random switch and pace, but it is what it is. I could always hunt down those boar and things on the way as well, if I had to. Looks like we found half of our little village. This looks to be one of the mining spots. Yes, yes it is. I haven't resown any of the seeds yet. Over this way. Might have to do that later. A couple of days I was thinking I'd take, but not many. But I thought it'd be a little longer away from stream, but I got bored, so I just thought I'd switch it up and throw something on. Yay. Some of the missions that were completed last night weren't done. Great. Oh well. Twice as much difficulty. Makes it 4 times harder to get the one major mission I was hoping to get done. Finished. So abandoned and plundered already. Damn. Got him. I know I got him. That's a hell of a shot. That's not even monitored anything at all. That's just simple one shot. This is a regular bow. It's not a long bow. It's not a recurve either. Moving target is a little harder to hit than the normal standard targets, but that happens. Our health is extremely high, and so is our stamina. If you were wondering, that's what the red and green bar are there. Why they're not moving at all. Our village is trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. That's those little markers up in the top left corner. Always changing they are. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not there, sometimes they just increase or decrease. These items along the way if possible. Is that all the clay we found? Okay, yeah, it's better than none, I suppose. Another abandoned campsite. Could always use those as selling materials because we can't really use copper spears now. Ooh, some extra coin. Excuse me. 755 coin. Never hurts to stop by and ski what little we can for extras. Oh. One of the things we were looking for. That's dead. Means 2 more of those boar for that mission. Soon to be less than that even. Okay, so that leaves 1 more of those. Huh, interesting. Must have been one of the ones I shot off way earlier because I often frequent these trails on the way. That's not what we're looking for, but we will take it. It's crushed underneath it. We can get that one. Don't know how we can get that one, but we can. Maybe it only fell out. Nice, now I have 3 of those skulls. I should go on a decorating spree with them 3 skulls. You only get a certain number of arrows back when you skin them. It's usually like 1 or 2, no matter what you're skinning or shooting, depending on how many it takes to take it down. Full draw didn't kill that one. That's okay. That's another task done. Master of Hunting achievement. Farming to continue. I have diplomacy, and I think that's actually it. Farming and diplomacy, yeah. Sorry, I was drinking one of my favorite types of water these days. One of the ones that actually helps with my issues. Most people would think that it would taste terrible, but it actually isn't bad. These zero sugar vitamin waters, pretty good. No, it's not a sponsored ad. They're actually pretty good for the amount of vitamins that you get from one of them. Vitamin E, A, C, and D. I like the white ones and the orange ones, to be honest. These are my 2 favorite types. Actually helps keep one healthy just a little bit more. It's not going to solve all your ills, but it'll solve some of them. I never thought they used to do anything when I would drink them all the time. But eventually when you start feeling the shift in your body and your sugars can never stabilize because you become a type 1 somehow, randomly after 28 years and never know it, you tend to start feeling things a little differently. That's why I drink those. Keep your, what you want to call it, vitamin count up for the little amount of carbohydrates and things that come with it, so it's not terrible. Even if you're not diabetic, they're pretty good. But it took me being a diabetic to really, I guess you could say, find the value in them.
I have a feeling that even I would make a better king.
If you didn't work hard for it, it's getting
Ha! Stand back or I'll cut you with my sword. Have you ever done any quests for me?
Oh, no idea what this is all about, but I definitely do not like that lady, and she should have been able to be shot dead, in my opinion. She's just lucky she isn't able to do that. See, this is why I don't do these little missions all the time. This is too easy. All I have to do is stand here and take their hits, because they can't really do anything. Rusty iron axe on the sea. Poisoned arrows that never turn to normal ones. Interesting. No matter how many times I've shot those ones before, they've never lost their potency. Just take everything we can get our hands on. Around for a little bit of everything to make sure we don't miss anything. It was a rusty egg sitting in the upper part of the cottage. was very rusty, but there is a symbol resembling a peggy rapport. It must have lain there for a while. It's almost invisible. Switch to this. Not enough straw to make a torch. It's alright. I'm well armed for the occasion if something were to occur. Can't pass up on some opportunities. Wolf flesh. It's never good to leave those behind like that. Take whatever else we can get our hands on in here. Now we got enough to find a torch. And then we don't even need one. We don't have to stay and explore any further. We can just leave if we wanted. What What kind of person would that make me? Wants to get me out. It can wait until I am ready to leave. I was going to say until I feel ready to get out, but I'm not. Every little bit helps. Several goats are down here dead. It's not a good thing to be leaving. Especially when every little bit counts for something. That's a helpful tool for that later. She said, we're waiting for the proper moment to smoke them until you two. Similar village leaders, they've been carrying it on their chests for generations until missing the only pain I know of means to be his. Where did they get it? Talkative one mentioned a pile of rocks. He said they found at least no value for them. You marriage rocks surrounded by other smaller fragments. They soon followed by a shoe with a fossilized foot still in a red cloak-like material. Faded but nothing. Look at the bones, they're in terrible condition. Someone help him die. It's hard to say, let's not make any hasty judgments of this biome that is a mess, not to mention the condition of the remains. It has to be something John, I like to say wild game. Someone must have covered them with a layer of stones. Wild beasts are not so thoughtful. Oh. Might as well take time to pick up some extra goodies along the way. The hills with its head. Fools or sell as heirloom. We treat our tools with great deliberation. It can either wear down during work or be passed down when you die. There's no other option. Familiar with the particular. Then they must have stolen it. Up in a cottage of missing hunters deep in the woods. How would I know that? So pushing your luck too far. Again, trusty axis winds up your. Here, amongst the years of the village now. To wipe his own horse. Oh, the old bitch is behind it. This cursed family will never stop tormenting me. I had enough. Be gone. Wait for the next noon. Huh. Okay, I could do that. I despise this particular issue. Whilst I wait, I might as well do this mission. Hmm. I totally would rather just ignore the guy, to be honest. It is pathetic nonsense, for sure. I thought it would be fitting to follow suit. Since we have nothing better to do, we might as well just kill whatever is in our way. Not what we were intentionally trying to do, but that finishes a different quest of ours. I see it already. That's still a pretty good shot, I'd say. Didn't do anything. Absolutely had to do it. So much more fun that way. Let's go talk to this archer guy who wanted to try and stiff us before. Yeah, that's what he tried to stiff us on before. So we ended up just keeping the knife when he tried to stiff us on it. Made him think twice on that one.
Have a good day.
How is life treating?
So when I get back to my area there.
Want to see? Take care.
Okay, one. Okay, so you don't need the healing potions there at the first branch. You need everything but that. So now.
Be safe.
Yep. Health potion of cure, healing 2, healing of instant 2.
What?
Cure, potion of instant healing 1. You don't need these right here, so he can have those.
I've been a
And
vet.
it was health, cure, healing instant, healing instant 2s. So anything else can be sold off.
I'll have it.
Actually, if I just go to this, Exactly what I need to get rid of right before I hop out of there. So these I can also off because that's not need. Don't need the instant healing ones. Need twos, potions of health, healing twos, potion of cure. Okay, so
Pray goodbye, dear.
with that, those would just turn in. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Because our village is already self-sufficient, we don't need to be there as often.
Her name is Maggie.
How can I?
That's all the arrows he had. Yep.
Only the so long.
Hello there. Whatever you.
Crap, the dandelions could always be helpful.
Prices. Good luck.
Just one type of armor left for that, and then all the armors are open. And that's just something completely different. Almost everything in the tavern unlocked. I have to get those open yet. I have to find something to amuse myself. All because this mission, which I didn't intend to do, someone else didn't finish. But it is what it is. It's pain, but it is what it is. Oh. I mean, I do have a few arrows this time in town, so... Not a bad shot from that distance. I missed. Interesting. That just takes some skill though too. To hit the leg like that, that's kind of amusing. Went right through. Through, huh? It's weird because it should have went right into the target at that point. Oh well. Almost there. Time for maybe another 2 shots. Again, how did I shoot right through that? Doesn't make any sense. Here is too high. Okay, it's just random then.
Hello there. Have a good day.
Okay. On to the next thing. And then I'll come back when these idiots are fucking actually wanting to pay attention, because they could wait the rest of the season before I actually bother to come all the way back here. I find this game very peaceful. And very, very relaxing. Oh my. So much so relaxing that my body just wants to make me fall asleep right now. Not a bad shot at all. Perfectly accurate with that one. Though it really shouldn't have ran off with a shot like that in its side. Not complaining. Oh no, I have to talk to that guy again. Well, you can wait till I get my happy ass back there. If I so choose to go back there. Took this long to get there. Now it can wait for me. I have other things to attend to, and that is now not among my priorities list.
Oh, it's you again. Hey, Kurt. How are you? Hey, Kurt.
Those are done. Why would I want to waste time and resources getting back there? I suppose if it's the only thing I have to do. It's this one. I ain't so sure, but we'll find out. Looks right. Yep. It looks right. Shame. I wanted it to be wrong. Oh well. Oh well. Hey, quit your bitching. And then lose his grip on the handle. Shifted it a lot sooner than that.
Do you want to build a snowman? Duh.
It's very dumb. Okay, so now we could just run all the way back there, but I have a more interesting method of dealing with that. Hopefully I don't have to come back for a 12th time.
Hello.
Such as the sound of these words, even the forsaken odor that accompanied my experience seemed pleasant and playing ignorance. So, forgive me, babbling. What body there isn't any but this bundle of remains. Quite disappointing. There's not much to examine, which is a pity. Expecting something more fresh and dried fossil, but he came a long way. Let's see, femur bone is quite long, head is thick, it's almost certainly a man's bones, but the state is awful. There are several deep cuts and blunt markings. They say I'd say it came from a sturdy hand of a crude butcher. Someone took tremendous care to ensure he wouldn't survive. Judging the conditions of the pieces, it was middle-aged individual. However, the remains themselves are not old. The man was still alive several years ago. Just hope you didn't dig up someone you murdered yourself. That kind of behavior should be treated without delay. I would have a recipe for a potion. That won't be necessary. I've got precisely what I came for. Thank you.
Such a bad memory for faces, and there are so many people who look like peas in a pod.
Is there anything else I have to do in here? Actually, yes. Let's look for them damn beetroots. There should be plenty of them. 84, yes, that's more than enough. Sell you that firewood. Sell you those iron arrows and that axe, because I can't use all that.
Price is so long.
There's no potions here. I already grabbed them all for this season. Yeah, I suppose.
Hello there.
No choice but to head back. There's no more doubt the remains fine. Your location and other findings confirm this. You can should return them to my mother as soon as I can. She got furious when she learned that I did lend them to someone. It was something different. This time she may have been confused or enraged, but she never questioned that these were my bones. What more? She even threatened to bring justice to father's murderers. First death alone. He was pretty sure about that. I found deep cuts in the bones. They claimed that brute force was used. Deep wounds, grave force, bloody X, a hidden body. Pattern is more clear than a trace of bleeding. Doc running through bleeding doe running through a snowy forest. Came with me. I wish to confront this traitor. I'm right behind you.
Recently, one kid peed in my laundry because he overheard someone claiming that it's good for clothes. So happy was it.
Time is not wasted, but almost over in this village. I won't be listening and get in our house, you brat. I'm not moving a single step. You will listen to what I say, murderer. Okay. We went to the cottage, found your axe. The rest is covered with blood. No, you did. They say they stole it from blood. Not worried about that. Cut the bull crap. We found the chopped up bones near the cavern. He's speechless. You what? Want to feed more lies? Look at me in the eye. He was supposed to be your best friend and you butchered him. Yes, he did. He's nightmare. We went out drinking and in the blizzard we argued for a bit. But damn, he was so hammered. Woke up, his playing headache, could barely see. Smell, saw red, everything was red. Don't blame you. There's nothing I could say in my defense. Yeah. Fair enough, can't even look at you right now. There's no place in this realm I would not hunt you down. Mm-hmm. Check on Zora. That's why she deserves to know the truth. She's out the back side of the building. Straight face, tell me someone is bothering you, dear, and any herbs, I'll find something. Unfortunate one, I am not surprised that he again reminds me of his existence. What bothering this simple-minded brute this time? About ripping seams in his boots. He slipped on his way to work, spreading onions. It's more serious. He has admitted killing his butchered body a few years ago. Hurting the ones he used to love. That's him in all his glory. For the news you bring, Nelson is long dead to me. There's nothing more he could do to make Judas him even more. Even both of them. Deserved each other. They used to disappear their long escapades and hide robbed goods in the forests, consistently drunk for the most part, overconfident of their own abilities and craft. Tried to reach out to his good side. I couldn't change him. One day he stopped drinking. There was hope, I thought, but found that time on living with him became unbearable. It's funny to think that in the end I preferred him in his numb state. The day he sobered up and started raising his fists, I realized I wasn't waiting for his, but my own incentive to change. I moved out without any regrets. To my surprise, in spite of his insanity, managed to do some things right. It's his children, all of them. They're precious gems, skilled, clever, and kind-hearted. They will survive just fine without him. You made the right choice, especially for your children. Take care. Wait, there's something else you should know. I might even have some writings. Oh, where did I put them? Give me a moment to browse through my things, and meantime bring some water from the river. I'll have a good fresh water spot up the river, not that far from my hut. Go, my potion's about to boil away. Locate the water spot. Something tells me something else is about to happen really quickly. Grab one of the buckets and fill it with the fresh water. I'll leave the spot. I hope you didn't hurt your back. I gathered some scribblings in my thoughts. Everyone in the village can recall clearly what they were doing the day before the great blizzard struck. For instance, I was cooking a special mushroom soup when I was paid an unexpected visit by no one else than Wagner. Not sure if I'm saying the name right, but I'm not even going to bother to particularly fix it. I was probably one of the last people to speak with him when he was still alive. Now I think about it. Anyway, the hunter came with an unusual request. He declared proudly that it was time he got himself another heir, and asked with a beaming smile on his face for some more little flirty infusion. No, they had such problems. Me neither. He mentioned this infusion had helped him and his wife once before when they were almost lost of all hope. Baby Japrik was born healthy and strong. Sloa supposedly praised the medicine for working miracles. There was just one minor problem in their story. An infusion of that kind didn't exist. At least I've never heard about it. Swa indeed visited me frequently before her son was born, but I've usually provided her with herbs concoction to help her calm down and sleep at night. He's probably not happy to hear that. There's nothing worse for a man than to be stripped of his... I'll say the top one. He instantly turned pale as a ghost and refused to say anything else. Then he left my workshop and headed home. I assume he had a lot of explaining to do to his wife. When I woke up the next day, he was already missing, and after having set off for the snowy woods, losing his best companion, torn apart, yet another step to his demise. But there was something more, a final straw beside his sudden decision to give up drinking. There was some unburnt fragments of parchment I found in the hearth of our house. Since Needham's fate is almost certainly sealed now, I won't need these shreds of notes or anything. They may shed some light on our village leaders, those paragons of virtue. You've kept these secrets for years. Thank you for sharing them with me. Be well. What are you doing here? Where's your brother? Hold your horses. Why so many questions? My brother is preparing our departure. We are moving to more precious realms. Didn't you say you were fine in the wild, far from society? Glad to hear that. Indeed, my friend, we got tired of crafting everything ourselves and repelling wild animals from our cozy cave. It's time to earn some coin and pay someone to do the stuff for us. Give me that look. Even hermits need some time off. Listen, I brought some of our supplies to sell. We can't carry this much anyway. I hope to meet the leader of the village, but those local cheapskates say she went north some time ago. And that's what you call bad luck. I must have missed her on my way here. I only wanted to ask her permission to sell. I wish to do it nice and legal and leave this place with clean record, you know. I wouldn't like to have any authorities stay on our tails as we leave. I need to locate... Thanks for helping. That was easy. We can call it even. Okay. North. Okay, somewhat north of us then. Interesting moves. It's over. Rest in peace, along with his belongings and the wretched acts that ended his life. This should put an end to your snooping where you shouldn't. You won't forget what an insult your found with my late husband's remains was to my makes you the paragon of respect and honor. You are living in the web of lies. I've spent years trying to bring law and order to this village, finding the thread, understanding between half-funeral hunters and simple-minded lumberjacks requiring harsh measurements and impossible decisions. You have no idea what it takes to be a true leader. But I do know what triggered his departure. He was looking for a remedy from his herbalist, which you made up. Did that foul herb lady tell you that? She drinks too many of her potions to speak out her mind. Did well to leave that lunatic. I care as little about her opinion as I do yours. We're done here. Go back to your hole or whatever nest. There's no need for medicine. You weren't a barren wretch. After all, I used to call you and blame for all his failures. There was someone else who satisfied you. Monster, as he came to call himself. Stumbled upon some interesting writings, that's all here. Dare you give me that back? Should know who his father is, he deserves to know. You did that only for your own selfish comfort. La-di-da. Not worried about it. What really happened that night? I was furious. I had never witnessed such ferocity in him. He rushed at me, nearly choked the life out of me. But even in his rage, he wasn't that kind of man. So he released me and ran to the woods. It took me a while to come to my senses. Listening on, they immediately alarmed me. They were still good friends. And respected comrades. After all, there was a part of me that fooled myself into thinking that this fire could still be put out. Listening on, time went on, and none of them returned. I could not stand waiting any longer and followed their fresh trail. The snow, I had no doubts about where Wagner was going. His cottage in the wood, the safe spot, was a pretty obvious choice. And you repeated the fake story of his disappearance for years. I reached the building only to encounter a most pitiful sight. 2 prominent leaders, hammered, drunk, in a deep argument. Could barely stand sight, while Nelson was on all fours. Before I could even speak, he raised his axe, babbling something about justice. I didn't know what to do. I just acted, threw myself between the two who were both part of my life. Grabbed Wagner's wrist, he about to split me skull in half with the woodcutter's own axe. I'll spare you the rest, as I wish to never relive it again. And that day prevented my son from becoming an orphan. Only one of them would leave that place alive. You made a choice. Sometimes it to save a life takes one, but those lies grew for years. This could have been murder is murder, no matter the motivation. You should have been hanged for what you did. You made a choice. I do not know what happened afterward. I ran and ran, leaving this wretched place behind. No matter what I did, only one of them would leave. He's alive, there's no question. He didn't return the next day. He believed that he was responsible for his friend's death. I could not reason with him anyway. He became withdrawn and half dead inside. Soon after, I had to take over the leadership as a villain. We never brought up the dark event, and it stayed until you came along, blah blah. Murderer who saves a life, and an adulterer who fixes marriage problems. I have never witnessed so many lies and crimes at once. How do people even know who you really are? Bloodstain, just please don't make my son see that it is a monster. This would kill me. Future leader of the village is bright and kind young man. Only time will tell what he sees you as. You deserves mean nothing to me. We'll learn the truth and we'll do with it as he sees fit. Real justice is cold and harsh regardless of circumstance and time. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing either. It takes someone who is actually willing to change for the better to stand the test of cold judgment. So what now? Is she even my mother, or was I dropped at my parents' door? But I'm afraid you're not far off. Had an affair before you were born. You didn't feel like a son of the hunter either. We rarely see the similarities to our parents, and then we become them. Has never been officially sworn in, but has merely fulfilled the duties of the missing chieftain. The time is right since next season. Your aid has been much value to me, and I respect your opinion. So, one last favor, and tell me what would you do in my position? It's the main source of your problem. Your mother hasn't been honest with you for years. In order for people to respect and follow you as a new leader, you should cut your ties with her. The intentions have been to protect you at all costs, but she failed miserably in the end. This woman turned his life into nothing but a pair of sorrow. The mean man deserves a second chance. And betrayed your father without any hesitation. You both share the same blood. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you are alike, but be wiser, friendlier. End this dark chapter. Forgive and move on. Mother has been preparing you for this role for years. All three are very good paths. But now that one is done, finally. I should be able to this one now. One to another. Oh, excuse me. Do we start thing? Pointless for that one, in my opinion. I always hated them things. Pointless things. Okay, beetroots, right. High time to... Yes, where am I going with these? There.
Oh, it's you again.
Pain in the rear. The question is, do you still need them, or would you rather pursue a career as a poet? Those rhymes for work. I thought if I could come up with some fancy poems, where people are going to come and buy them. Gave me this idea. The boy has quite an imagination. You could help me a little. Maybe you should find a bard or someone like that, but I'll try my best. Let's do this. You won't find a better poet in the expo. Great, let's start with onions. Onions have layers. Buy them from one of the best sellers. Alright, next one. Buy for me an egg. It won't cost you an arm and a leg. We're doing great. One of the last ones. Once you eat my bread, it will never leave your head. That's not bad. You'll feel like a newlywed. Damn. Your enemies will drop dead. Gotta do that one. Thank you for the help. So what do you think about this idea? To be frank, I think it's dumb. I don't think it's going to change anything. People always need food, so they're going to come and buy them. And no rhyme are going to change that. Maybe you're right, but if we don't try, we'll never know. And that's almost everything. Ways to make Oxbow a peaceful place. Next season, second season. Now it's just potions.
How do...
So what's left of them? These feathers. One hammer. Several logs that I didn't need. What? I could sell these planks too while I'm at it. keep them with me, because you never know. One wagon wheel, never hurts to have. What do we got? I could sell these for some extra cash. Might as well, right? No use for something I can't use. Limestone I could use. I didn't see if he had the other stuff though that I was looking for earlier. Let's see, does he have back to the top? No, he doesn't seem to have any. C, D, he's got one thing in the D column. Yeah. Oh.
Prices, see you around.
He's the guy we were just talking to.
How is...
Potion expert, huh? Well, your expertise seems a little lacking there. But you have those, so I can't fault you for everything. Darn, I was looking forward to it. We got stone arrows, so I could probably sell these guys off. Be helpful.
Bryce's good luck.
Alright, so in order to finish making more of those potions now, let's see, where is it? Herbalist hut would be probably our best option figuring that out. Instant healing 1, we need... Oh goodness. Here we are. Instant healing 2, dandelions, bucket of water, broadleaf plankton, and clay vessels. We have almost all of the stuff we need, so now we should head back to our independent little village. Actually, let's do check is correctly in the northeast of here. We have a mission in our village, do we? We checked off all of the other missions except this one, technically speaking, because everything else we don't have to worry about until next season. And this season is the starting point for the mission we have time for. 5 seasons officially. We're up to 4 mines now with that one, an additive. Is a good thing. The more mines we have, the better we'll be. Alright, so being that we have so many potions to make and get, it's rather difficult. Is your task when you start the game to just straight up go out and build an entire encampment. And ours practically started from just one little farm and 2 houses to all this and then some. Fishing villages in the south, mining encampment that we saw earlier, and practically just about everything that you see. And that house all the way up there in the back, in the far, that I've walked and was kind of looking at from a distance, is our character's house. That one right up there on the top of the hill. Let me go to our resource shed and see what coinage we've had in our absence. Not bad at all. Any potions? None of which we need. We might need the instant cures, but I doubt it. Should take some of these and sell them off later. Tools for days, which is a good thing. It's a stepping stone in the right direction. We want to put clay in there. Make sure we get our deer skulls in there. Keep our tools for ourselves. Health. Potion of healing.
I know not every marriage is built on love, but at this point
Blah blah, you'll have to wait till next season if you're lucky. Everything else has been pretty ongoing. You idiots really used up all of the fucking vessels we had for that. No wonder I don't allow you people to do anything, really. I have no choice but to take back that bit of clay and use it productively. And I was looking forward not to doing this. But these people can't apparently be trusted to do something proper. Now I have to go all the way up to the fucking workshops myself and do them. Clay shop. And you, what could you possibly need done?
Hello there.
There's one thing, a friend keeps buying things, but he wants me to store them because he claims that they'll be safer here, so I'll end up with piles of packages, and only from time to time does he contact me to take one of them. The strange, what's in these packages? Some would say garbage, but he claims that he can sell it later at higher prices and get rich, so is something in that vein. Yeah, so what do you need me to do? He wants one of these packages, but can't come to me because his leg hurts. I think he's just lazy. Would you be so kind and take this one? Alright. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we have another
He's an idiot. No worries. I'll wait.
you best, because we have a lot to get to. I shouldn't have to do this, but because they couldn't be bothered to do it right the first time. I don't think that they can be counted on for such pitiful existence. Well, if you'd get out of the doorway, this would be easier. Will you get out of my way? There. Instant healing 2, healing 2. We need both, but we have more instant healing than healing. We make what we can. And game wondered where I'd be getting all of these resources from. We are up to 47 now on those instant healing potions. That's a good step forward. Now then, I guess if I can... Production... No, not production. Extraction? Yes, extraction. We're dropping that down. Increasing that to 25%. Dropping that down to nothing. Increasing that to 25%. Dropping this one down. Increasing this to 25%. And increasing this to whatever's left. Now we should be able to adjust our stocks again. And then hopefully being able to, I guess, say, restock on those potions proper. Put that in there. Leather can go in there and save tons of time. Keep that with us, because I have no idea that can go in there. Actually, no, that shouldn't go in there. It can, but it shouldn't for that one. These I can take for now and sell them off later. I'll leave those in there for now. That. The straw. Actually, take that half of that straw back with us. Just so we have a little bit on us. And they're not going to use that many sticks anytime recently that I'm aware of. 9. Good, 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 good. Those are good there. That's good there. Everything else should be as it's needed to be, and with that in mind, make a little bit use of our items, though I have people doing this already. It takes them too long, so we don't have enough people to do that right now. Okay, with that, anvil, armor set, elite, iron, need a lot more iron. Very well, I suppose so. That'll be our advancement for our stuff. We'll use what we have left to sell off later. Or keep it somewhere alongside things. Iron. Bolts. Arrows. We need more arrows than I have. Well, we have stone ones. Amassing these for later issues will be useful to us. Tools. Copper. Knives. What did I do before? I'm trying to think. Too many. I'll do 14 of those. Be set for a while. Put them in a resource bin. Shovels. Can never go too wrong with shovels. As long as I put them in the resource bin, I should be all set. Make a knife, just for the sake of putting it in there. Bronze, nope. Iron, nope. No bronze bars. We should be able to make some with what we have left. Not many, but it's a step in the right direction. Oh, we got more. Yes, I have to make one more iron bar. Alright, tools. Bronze. Pickaxes, because we had to sell the ones we had earlier. Didn't have to, but we did, so doing that. Iron. We have so many of these, but one more can't hurt us now. Weapon, stone, sticks. Of course it'd be the sticks. It's always the sticks to get us. Okay. Tools. Stone tools. We can make a shit ton more where that came from later. That's usually the only tool we really run short on lately. Where did those flag stalks run off to? Did they already grab all of them? I hope not. The fastest mission in history. There they are. I was about to say. I should walk that down to the place that it's going to be useful for. 5 in there, the rest come with us. Those go in there, that can go in there, those can go in. Damn it. Give me my damn iron bracers back, damn it. These 20 arrows are going in here as stores. Keep that for us. Instant healing 1 can go in there for the people who use and sell as they will. Keep those on us, because I thought about that. Keep that on us for now, too. Alright, so now that we're here and not doing much, but fixing our stuff up. Quickly go around and upgrade some stuff with what we got. Is that all that one needed? That's all that one needed. Wattle and door. Insulated. Halfway used, we only finished those buildings. They've been started for an age. Okay, 8, 16. There's that one because we already started that piece. There's that one because we started it. Alright, there's that. Now, there's no stone buildings that I know of that need additional upgrades except for maybe our other resource bin building right there, but I doubt it because I think I finished that. No, it needs a door on the roof and a few of the walls upgraded still. Okay, not much. A little more than I thought. Stone's all good. Now we just need 12 door and that's finished. These wooden buildings don't need limestone to upgrade. One of our fold workers looks to be doing a good enough job, I guess. Okay. Whew, something smells like it's burning the house down. Here's hoping not, though. Because we don't really... Wait. Yes, this house is done already. Alrighty. Oh, I guess I missed a stone building. I might actually need some. Of course I would. I totally forgot that one was just out of range. It sucks to have to run back and forth. It really does. Alright, so limestone is what we're here for this time. Deal with the potion craft in a minute. I want to try to get as much of this finished as possible. All of this we had to build just like we're upgrading stuff, practically one wall at a time. Literally. If I were to plant something new as a construction, you would see exactly what I mean. And in which case, I do intend to show you in just a second. I'm just trying to see how long till we can actually upgrade our base again. This is really the only column we have left to finish, because everything else we've done. We just have to unlock the recipes through these, and we have to unlock them by getting the buildings first. Kind of obvious, but it is what it is. Less than 1,000 points for farming left to deal with. Okay, alright. These house. Windows. And we have all those accessible for when we feel like it. Okay, I know exactly what I'm building next to prove a point. Because I'm getting tired of having to run around to grab resources to come back to half of our location. Actually, I should probably build this down there. Each one of these only upgrades our stuff just a little bit more anyway, and I've been meaning to upgrade our storage. But obstacles are blocking us. Interesting. I'm not going to remove any tree stumps if I don't have to. I also wish to have a spot that we can use. Quickly grab this stuff up to see if it matters. It makes a difference. Probably not, though. It might, but I doubt it. Now let's try it one more time. Could have swore I just saw something. It'll shine green if it's plausible for that. There's got to be a spot nearby that I can build this, because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what's important. That all of our area has access to the resources we need it to have access to. So, I suppose, I mean, I was planning on an expansion anyway, but there's a road right here. See, perfect spot for it. It's suitable for this location. Now, in the original way of it, we had to go all the way up. You know what? I'll just build this one from ground zero to show you exactly how it started, because it was pretty much with the first form of this that we actually had to start. with nothing but these tools here. Stones. So you'd have to run around, grab a few of the resources, enough to make your tools, in order to get the resources you needed. Which is, I guess, kind of why I find it so enjoyable. Because I kind of like that stuff all the time. I don't like it where you're just given the tools and told, here, go have fun, recklessly, not knowing what the hell you're doing. And as you can see, it takes a few chops. The only strange thing about the mechanics is the trees can fall however, wherever, and whenever. For example, that tree fell towards us when it was supposed to fall away from us. And trees can fall whatever direction they see fit to fall in. For example, that one fell like that. I bet you this one's going to fall towards us again. Nope, it fell exactly opposite of us. Like I said, it's completely random how those move and all that. And yes, you can uproot the stumps, and normally I do uproot the birch stumps. But, or beech, however you want to say it. Beech, B-I-R-C-H, birch, etc. Some people say it one way, some people say it another way. Some people are analytic, some people are over statistical. Random falling. The only time you get a reprieve from doing all this regular wood cutting stuff is when you actually had all of the resources with you. But in the early game, you can't really carry it all with you. You have to leave some for your people to use and do certain tasks with, because at the start of it, it usually does. There's usually no problem with people moving stuff, doing things, that sort of stuff. Later, it seems the more you have to do, apparently, for them, instead of them just being able to do what they're supposed to do. They'll look at you and give you stupid quests to go and do it. It's like, why the fuck would I want to do that? Half the time, pardon my language. Like, for example, some of those quests I just finished was started all by the fact of, it's not so much that I didn't want to do them, it was just like, why, what is the point in doing that? One of those missions was to get a bear figurine. That's one of the ones the game did do before he got off last time. He got all the figurines for somebody. Whilst I had to go and get, like, what you want to call it, that one type of lavender honey that the person wanted. It was stupid and unreasonable things for, like, literally no real reward. It was like, why would I spend that much? It's just, some of the missions are so pointless, and some of the missions are actually very useful. It really depends on what your luck is in the game. We do. I really don't want to do that, but I'm gonna have to. At least for the time being. At least your character can act as a stopping point for those logs. See? One step at a time. always. Planks and logs, planks and logs, stones. The reason I'm building that up there is because I plan to not only build it, but also straight up just continue to build other things whilst I'm standing here. Take out these stumps for now. Get a few more logs on our hands so we can continue to build. Hey, boom. Boom. Take care of all the logs that we don't have to go and grab any logs. We just grab the planks. Well, that's going to be a little harder to do. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. I guess I might as well chop down some more trees and use this axe I just finished making. Two. 4. Each tree also gives a different amount of wood. Different amount of logs. These birch only give 2. Spruces give 3. Maples give 4. I mean, technically the stumps count as a log too, but really don't want to dig a lot of those up, because they tend to replenish themselves every few seasons or so. Only ones that really don't is it tends to extend the more you dig them up, kind of deal. The more trees you chop down, the longer it takes for them all to replenish. Once you dig up the stump though, unless you have a sapling, those trees are gone. They don't come back. But we've planted so many of those saplings that we've gotten, it's not even funny. 45, 0, 1 of them, 35 of that one. And we can continue to replant them, as I typically try to do. So I really don't have a problem yanking up stumps. Actually, after all, here's one of the ones we planted before. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 logs still to go. Two, 3, 4, oh, 5, my bad, wrong type of stump. Oh well, no big deal there. That one's fine, that one's not. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just so I can add 2 to the stock when I'm done building this thing. Or actually, I should use it to make the planks. Because I can get away with doing that too, so I don't have to think about that. I have to go inside for the rest of them. Where were those ones that still needed logs? Get all of them, I know that. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them all. I must have. Alright, how many do we have left? Ah, so we do have about the right amount. Okay. I must have thought I didn't, thought I missed one, must have. There's 4 planks. Six, 12, or 8. 6, 8, then it's 10, 12. 10, 12. Now the reason I'm counting it, because each log represents 2 planks. 16, or 14, 16. So every log is 2 planks, and being that we've got 8 logs, we got now 9. We have just over 16, 17 different types of planks now. Planks. 20 planks. It's easier just to double it, round up and double. 22. The way we make planks is I'm just going to show you the thing we need to make planks. I'm not going to make them into planks. I'm just going to throw those into our other storage bin over here and grab out some already pre-made planks that we've had for a while. Because we do have a crap ton of them in our storage, we just can't access them until we've built that storage unit. Or unless we go and grab them from a different storage unit building. This will also give me the opportunity to show you exactly how much it increases by building one. Because I think the last time I looked it was like 2,100 tons of resources we could store. We were about pushing the limit on that last I looked. 1,200. 1,000 to 120,000 tons is our current limit. Oh yeah, I forgot to put those into the thing. Put the limestone back in there. The 11 logs can go in there. Now we pull through here, get our... See, we had a shit ton of logs just waiting. And a crap ton more planks. I think it was 60 planks we needed to finish that, roughly. And I am going to throw all of our other non-used resources in here just so that they have them to use. Okay, hammer. It's hammer time. Had to do it. Had to do it. Now, here's the interesting tidbit. So, it's highlighted as build right now. Now, if I am to switch that over, anything that's already built we can add on to. Anything that's not already built we have to build before we can add insulation onto it. Oh yeah, stones. Hang on. Alrighty, I am back. I had to do a little side step for dinner right there. Let's finish this a little more. Oof, excuse me. Stones. That also seems to be a problem these days. And all these stones we have to go and collect. Gets used up so quickly. That's the reason I'm grabbing these off the ground and just kind of slowly using the ones I have. It makes it so much easier to slowly keep building up rather than taking away what we have. Alrighty. I think I need closer to 36 or something like that. Seven, 28, 29. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple more. 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, a couple sticks. 7, 48. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 60 should be enough, I think. A little more than enough. Once this is built, I'll show you the advanced count on our resources, and I'll show you that we can now access everything that was in our other storages as well. Almost enough, so I need 8, 13, 22. So about 40 more stones. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can also get them from mining if you have a pickaxe, which I don't think oh, I do have one. Good to know. You also get limestone from hitting rocks, mining up the rocks. It's 20 now. Two. Oh, some of these still haven't reset themselves. Every couple of seasons, things will start to respawn, or refill themselves randomly. Rocks, trees, painted camps, etc. Typically is how that works. Not all the time. Some of the abandoned camps will have more loot, some of them will have nothing. It all depends on how soon you try to check them and how soon you try to deplete certain things. Rocks are just some of those that usually replenish every season. But some of these haven't replenished yet. Must not have been a full season from the last time. No. Some of these rocks, it's been a couple of seasons. Others, not so much. Right, construction. Now we're at 160,000 tons. Those can go in there with that. Sticks. Now, that should at least reach down to those houses for upgrade stuff later. And whatever we put nearby it. So I could build one of those houses. But I am rather subtle about how I build things. Couple more houses for next season. That gives us 2 empty houses, if not a few. So we're up to 42 houses. That one is one of those that is still open, unoccupied. That one is not. That one's my character's house. That one's, I think, Tim's, but I ain't sure. There's that one. That one. They don't quite get along just yet. They do. That one person doesn't. How many? So 1. We have 2, 3, 4. That's not good enough. Several singular houses, but that's still technically half filled. That's being generous. This is usually the house you start in, too. It's the first kind of house you unlock to open, too. So much easy on our resources to build these houses rather than to build the very expensive high-end ones. Now, I'm not against building those ones in case we need them, but just to show you a difference, I will build one of them, not more than that. Because these ones are easier on our resources and we don't have to worry about complaints as much with these. But just to show you the kind of stuff we have to deal with. when building anything more extravagant. Build a simple one, I think. Good enough. This is one of the better ones you can do. And I have to show you the upgrading process on some of these. Some of them are cheap, some of them are really rather expensive. The reason you upgrade them is so you don't have to repair them nearly as often. Add installation. Limestone on stone. Lots of limestone for these especially, because they're so large and massive. And just to show you some of the decorative features. We can do decorative shutters, we can do braced wooden shutters, regular wooden shutters, and then we can do wooden shelving, coloring, color patterns. Trophies. I'll give this one the deer skull. Wood shelving, hanging racks. We can even do banners. Spend a little bit to lock that one, but can't really build it right now. And, oh yes, the door, right. You can also upgrade the door. Sure, we'll do the patent doorway. The wall, we can also do hanging lanterns, flags. Again, the coloring, the patterns. We can customize the beds. Almost always. These, oh, and we can do curtains too. Just a simple show you. We can also do chests and rugs. I haven't unlocked all of them yet, but we'll get there eventually. Just so there's at least a rug in here. Can do lighting. More hanging racks. Shelves. Again, we can do the trophies. And reliefs. Again, you can also do banners. And so just some of the ways you can customize. You can also do hanging things. Have to make it a little fancy. That way it doesn't look like all the others. And I think, technically, that one might be a touch higher than our own.
I don't get why some people don't like it.
I think, just by a tiny bit, that one's a higher altitude. There's a little thing that I've learned about that behind the story. That one we have to specifically separate from common folk. Because of that very reason. There's our tavern. We have two, one in this part of our village and one in one of our farther outposts. Yes, because all of it has to do with both production uses and etc. Makes it easier when we have two of something or more. Okay, now that that's empty, and thread. Okay, I need threads for that. Iron. Right.
I don't want to be lonely anymore.
Okay. Keep those for later. As you can see, we've already done some flags and banners and such. Even events. Side fire pit. More wall hangings, obvious. One of our better doors. Alright. Alrighty. Let's get this over and done quickly so we can hop out of there. Okay, so we can't put it there, but we can hang stuff here. If we had that thread, I could do a light, but I'm not doing a light. Let's see, is that, it is, we already have the reinforced one. Decorative walls, bigger shelf. Over here we need, we already have big shelf there. This one, wall swap. Yes. Okay, door, wall, large shelf. Once you put something up, you can't really get it back. It is in context to those mounted skulls. Because once you take them off, there's no going back. You don't get any replacements, etc., etc. That's why it's best to always just put it up and leave it there. Now, these houses need a different type of material to upgrade them. These ones need doored. That's why I'm kind of like, well, at least it's not terrible, because we should be getting some eventually. We get it in little spurts here and there for that. Most of the wooden features need that to insulate them and upgrade them a little bit. All the stone houses need limestone, obvious. Anywho, let's see. What else we got? 44 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 big houses. 2 small houses. I need, I think, another large house. I know, small houses. Because these ones are definitely common folk houses, which isn't a terrible placement, but not the greatest placement in the world. We want simplicity for what we have. There. Simple wooden shutters. And it should be enough houses for a while. Ooh. No special craftsmen just yet. And yes, those do work, as you can just clearly see. That's what the best ones look like, anyway. Let's see it in full vigor. They all work the same. Some are a little different than others, though. What else we can build? Some lighting fixtures. If we had all the resources for some of them. We could build pathways, all these buildings, the archery stands, everything. We build it from ground zero. Still have to plant those eventually. Stable amount of coin coming in. The materials going out. Feathers. Put that in there for now, I guess. Wait a second. Where are those stocks we had? They can't have all gone out the door somewhere. There they are. Now that that part is done, we take our non-used resources right down to our farm shed.
I have a feeling that even I would make a better king.
Okay. Actually, how many of these? I think 2 of these in full vigor, honestly. I could probably get away with building another one if I had to. It's under production. Yes, both of those. Oh, actually, one of those is needing to be upgraded too. I could do both at the same time. Extraction, survival, farming, production. Somewhere we have another sewing hut that's still a lower level one. what it should be. No wonder I felt a little off about that. Now that I know we have one that's a level 2, not a level 3, I'll have to keep my eye out for it. Wool fabric. I'll leave that to them. Spinning wheel, this is what I came here to deal with. Yes, we can also perform all of the needed duties of a similar adventure, as you can see. Whatever is not being done, as long as there's a workbench of ours, we can use it to catch whatever we have to up, if we want to. Okay, now with that in mind, where is this second one? It says it's practically right on top of us, but that's a 3. We just built a 3, and yet there it is. Now, the way of upgrading, most people, including my friend who played with me the other day, Games here, didn't know this. It's as soon as you overlay the one on the other, you can instantly upgrade it. You do have to reassign your workers, though, once you do that, if they're inside while you're doing that. Boom. It sucks, but it has to be done. Wrong individual. There they are. Get back to work, you schlub. That's the only time that it doesn't change anything, is when you're doing those sorts of upgrades.
How are you? Good luck.
Oh, great. Someone there needs our help. That's a long-ass way. Before I go running off, is there anything else I can upgrade? Kitchen 2s are upgraded to max. Those are maximized. Probably should build another market stall and builder's hut eventually. I ain't too worried about that right now. Those are all built but not fully staffed. Those need more staff. Almost full on the hunting and the production of that stuff right now. Herbalist hut, what are they missing? Oh yes, you're the one still causing me trouble with that. we get this season, the less we have to worry about later in a different season. I'll make those open to all seasons, at least for the time being. Don't want to take away from our precious materials. Only except for one season. I want that to be summer. And that's if I decide to do that. No, we don't want that one. Definitely don't need those. We need them. Them. Not those. Them. Health goes up. A bit. That's gotta be like 25% of the way. Get that done. That needs to be done that season. Practically without fail. Why do I keep doing that? I keep hitting the wrong button. Usually you should have all those. So in spring, I want that. I want those to be harvested out the A. That especially has to get done. Even if they're not making potions per se, we still need them to be getting resources like crazy. Drag that back down to 5%, put that into there. Drag that down to 5%, put 2 in there, put the rest into flat out, straight up getting as many resources as we can. 20. I don't really need daisies that much. I need like 2% of those still, just to make sure we get as much as we can. Each one is its own thing. Those don't have to be doing any potions as long as they're making the minimum requirements of everything else. Want that at 15, that at 15, that at 8, we'll do that at 15 as well. All those at 15, and that's straight what you're going to have for 15% of the time too, is those healing potions. Mines, why are they not producing as much as I'd like? Get more of that. Put the rest of it practically on hold. These mines. Okay, this mine, what is their percentages? It's fair. Not quite the amount I was hoping to have. Okay, when this one comes into full vigor, so that'll be our next mine that we get set up. Wells. Our tasks are set. Excuse me. Alright, with that, those should be helping us out there. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Since we have no time to run back to the other side of town, I'm gonna just have to make do with building another one. It does help our production rate go up though. little. Perfect. Iron can be useful. To get those in more active quantities, not just little spurts here and there. Tools, stone, fishing spears. Much as I hate to use it for that, it has to be that. There, 20 more fishing spears, which we have to put in the bin. For right this second, I have a different task to attend to. We have 100 and something in our pouch somewhere, so surprising that they're not using it. So I have to look and see why. 9 more, okay. Perfect. All that is in our area. So I have to see why the kitchens are not using up those materials. They should be. I'll pull that to 50% and put it back into this one. That way it balances that out a little for there. Bring that down to nothing. Pause that and put it into here. There. Now those should be moving effectively. Put all these on here for when we fill this up with someone later. Because now that we have it fully accessible, make sure we have everything available to us so we can have. We still have some things to open up to us later, but yes, accept the changes. So we want that at 25% of the time. This at 10% of the time. 5, so that's 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 6, not good enough, 2% of the time. Two there. 1% of the time there. There. 10% there. 10% there. 5 there. 5 there. Oh, hang on, we have 1% unaccounted for. Saddlebags. 5% of the time. 4, because we have 1 unaccounted for. Where was it? That's why I put that at 2 instead of leaving it at 1, as I thought I should have. I'll take 1 out of that too, just so it's practically even. 1 for that, 1 for that. Now all I have to do is assign someone to that. Here we put these on, just for the sake of getting a blacksmith now for it later. put a well over on this side because, in fact, it would actually be an idea worth putting into consideration and practicality. Because the more we have those accessible, the better we'll be. Now I know we practically have all these things already done here, so there's just the few items left unaccounted for now. Even fewer now than there were. There's just one helmet now. Takes a minute. I put a